Early in President Trump's first term, there was much talk about whether his xenophobic utterances and immigration restrictions would decimate tourism to the US. In the end, they really did not. The number of international visitors to the US fell slightly in the first few months after Trump took office in January 2017. But reports of significant declines for the rest of the year turned out to be the product of a programming error at airport kiosks. Once that was cleared up, the number showed international arrivals rising modestly in 2017 after falling the year before in 2016. By February 2020, just before COVID-19 pandemic began shutting down everything in the US, the number of international visitors over the previous 12 months was up by 2.8 million or 3.7% from just before Trump became president. Barring another such data error, which seems unlikely, unlike in 2017, US Customs and Border Protection numbers show a similar decline to those from the US International Trade Administration that I use in my charts here. There really does appear to be a negative Trump effect this time. The number of international visitors to the US this January through July is down 1.6 million or 4% from the same period in 2024. And the US Travel Association is projecting a decline of more than 6% for the full year. This should not be a huge surprise considering the ban on travel from 19 countries, the crackdowns on non-citizens who say things the Trump administration does not like, and sudden move blocked for now by the courts to keep international students from coming and attending Harvard. The immigration raid on a battery plant in Georgia co-owned by the South Korean car maker Hyundai, and the deportation dragnet that keeps snagging foreigners who are here legally. That said, the main driver of the decline so far seems to be less those moves than Trump's tariff war with Canada and threats to make the nation the 51st US state. The number of international visitors from the countries other than Canada is actually up this year. But Canadians have cancelled that out and more. To be precise, the number of visitors from overseas is down slightly after rising 12% last year in some key countries that usually send many people to the US. Germany, South Korea, France, and India are sending fewer. So the Trump effect is apparent on more than just Canadian travel, and is especially notable given that the dollar has fallen in value versus most foreign countries this year, a development that usually stimulates tourism. But the declines are not across the board, with 12 of the 25 countries that sent the most visitors to the US in 2024 sending even more so far this year, and the visits from Mexico up by more than 1 million.